In Austin, Texas, there lies an enigmatic haven called the Velvet Casket, transformed into an obscure, haunted artifact museum. It houses a chilling collection: haunted dolls, last rite kits, dark scrying mirrors, and eerie spirit boards. Stepping inside fills the air with an intoxicating aura of dread. But the Velvet Casket's history adds an extra layer of intrigue. Once known as the House of Bed, it was a gathering place for an obscure secret society. Their purpose: ritualistic sex magic, delving into the forbidden to commune with unknown deities and summon supernatural forces. Whispers of the past reveal shadowy gatherings within the House of Bed. Members perform twisted rites, drawing summoning circles with reverence, seeking to bridge the gap between mortal and divine. Lust and worship intertwined as they pursued the secrets of the unseen. News of this dark museum reached Dylan and Brian, captivated by tales of trapped spirits and forbidden rituals. They sought answers from Damien, the collector and curator of the Velvet Casket. Damien, a man of mysterious knowledge, met the investigators in the museum's depths.
Did you hear that, dude?
I said, I demand you to return to your vessel. That's what I said in my head.
I'm agitated.
Bro, did you hear that?
I have never seen anything like this on a Polaroid, not once. So Damien, can you tell us where we're at right now?
Yeah, we are at my museum of haunted items, the Parapeculiar Museum of, well, haunted items. As you can see, we got a lot of great stuff here. For those, you guys have seen some wild stuff tonight.
Yeah, so we just wrapped up a podcast with you that lasted about 2.5 hours.
Shameless self-promotion, listen to my podcast.
I don't think we wanted to quit because we were having such a good time.
We had a great time. 2.5 hours. Almost
went by like nothing.
Yeah. But during the podcast, I mean, you were seeing, we were hearing, am I allowed to cuss on this thing?
We'll bleep you
We'll bleep it. You were hearing things, I was seeing, we were here. It was wild. It was wild. You saw some wild stuff.
And I would know that when I walked into this place, I immediately, I felt kind of nauseous. I felt kind of sick. Almost felt like a panic attack wanted to come on, but I'm grounded now. And I knew something was up the moment I walked in here.
You did. For those that are watching, when my man here walked in, it was kind of a challenge at first. I could see it. You were walking around, you were looking at things. You would get, like you said, you got, I guess, felt nauseous, right? And that was pretty wild. But the big thing is, you've seen almost shadow figures while you've been here, right?
I've seen orbs kind of jumping out of my body into Dylan's body. I've seen things kind of shooting back and forth through the mirrors. So the mirrors are something that are really mysterious here.
The mirrors are wild here. The last live investigation event that we did, people thought one of the mirrors we have was actually a window to outside, and they thought people were walking by it because they kept seeing shadow figures. Wild stuff happens up here. A little bit, do you mind if I give a little bit of...
No, please.
Right on.
Please.
So the Parapeculiar Museum of Haunted Items, we are located inside of a wonderful place called the Velvet Casket here in Austin, Texas. Now the Velvet Casket is a building that was made early 1920s. It's an old house, right? We've got lots of great historical documentation. Surprise, surprise. I know it's cliche, but it was at one time a brothel, right?
As every good haunted location.
As every good haunted location is. We hear footsteps nightly in the attic, walking back and forth. It's wild stuff. People have wild experiences here. So honestly, if you have ever wanted to have something like a paranormal experience, coming to the Velvet Casket, coming to my collection of haunted items, gives you a good chance at that, because wild stuff happens here sort of all the time. So that's where we are at the Velvet Casket inside in Austin, Texas. So just come check us out.
Damien, can you kind of tell me about this collection in here? Like, when did it all start for you? Because this looks like years and years of collection.
Years, man, years for sure. So I collect weird stuff in general, oddities and different things. But look, I'm fascinated by human stories and experiences, particularly the paranormal, right? Because here's the deal, guys. We can debate all day long whether the paranormal exists or if it doesn't exist or what it is or what it's not, right? But what we cannot debate, undebatable, is that every culture in every part of the world, from the beginning of time until now, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 points, have had experiences like this reported, right? And what's funny is if you go down the rabbit hole, hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, when cultures and societies were not able to sort of communicate with each other like we can now, they were having similar experiences. This is wild. With the amount of experiences that have been reported throughout history, it would be silly and unscientific to say that there's just nothing there. So I'm fascinated by stories. I wanted to sort of collect and document people's stories that were going through hauntings. So I started doing that. I was going to write a book called This Book is Haunted. I'm very creative. But 90% of the time, this was wild. They would tell me, well, we think it's this item that's causing this. All right. Well, me being me, it turned into, I'll take that off your hands. I'd love to study that and see what I can't find. So they start sending me things. Like literally, that's how this all started. Then, of course, I started working with a lot of great paranormal investigative groups. They now donate things from their cases. I work with a very talented group of mediums and a very serious coven of witches here in Austin. And they also donate things as well. So this is how that's a long-winded way of telling you how the collection has grown.
So I guess we just found a drop-off spot if we ever come across something.
Yes, always there is a drop-off spot here. It's kind of like going to the Goodwill and going in the back and putting all the stuff like in the tin box. Think of that, but for haunted stuff. Yeah.
What was the first piece you came across?
That's a great question. I can show you, actually.
I'd love to see it.
Barty the doll, right? Which is interesting because when I first started looking at haunted items, I thought the idea of dolls were sort of cliche. Now, I'll tell you something that does kind of change over time, and I have some theories as to why dolls can become very active. We're not going to get into that here, but you can certainly reach out to me. Yeah, check out the podcast or you reach out to me. I'm happy to talk about this stuff because one thing I can do is talk. But this is Barty the doll, very first haunted item I ever got. Not a negative spirit by any means. The lady I got it from would smell chestnuts or walnuts, one of the two, whenever this thing would be active. The eyes would blink, but as you can see, that does happen. She would hear, of course, the basic thing. Yeah, the children's laughing, and of course, the poltergeist activity, but not like in a destructive way, more like the knocks on the walls and sort of the footsteps and things of that nature. I've had people have experiences with this, never negative by any means. It's definitely supposed to be, well, it might be one of the most positive pieces in my collection, but it is the very first item that I ever got that was came with the story of being haunted as Barty the doll head.
No, it's pretty creepy.
It is, yeah.
Pretty creepy. I'm always skeptical about dolls, but a doll has definitely proven me otherwise at the Sixth Realm house for sure.
Well, dolls are interesting because I think as humans, what's funny when we look at a doll, there's two things that are happening in our brain, right? One is saying, wow, it's recognizing these human features on a face. I mean, some of these just look like real little people, you know?
Yeah, you're kind of creeped out by them just by default.
Right. But then the other part of your brain knows that it's an inanimate object. It's not a real human. So there's this weird disconnect and confusion that causes, I think, some of the creepy factor. But more important, and now I'm going to get into this, and I'm sorry. More important, though, you know, when we talk about haunted items and we talk about a person's energy attached to an item, something like a doll, because of its humanistic nature, whether you're a kid or an adult that collects dolls, we put a lot of emphasis and power and emotion into those items. This is why I think that a lot of times dolls can become active and for what we would call haunted, for lack of a better term.
What would you say what's like a piece in your collection here that kind of gives you the worst vibes? Like, what would you say?
Yeah, man.
What would you say is the ultimate thing that, like, hey, this thing is no good? Probably the worst piece I have in my collection.
100%. It's the mirror right there, right next to you.
Oh, shoot. Okay,
yeah,
I'm
right
next to it.
So this thing has given people wild experiences. First and foremost, to give you a little bit of history really fast, it came from San Antonio. I got this from some good friends of mine, a guy called Mike Cardenas. He has a group called the Midnight Paranormal Society, and they've been dealing with residential hauntings for well over a decade. These are really cool people, so reach out to them for sure if you're in San Antonio. But the family that had this mirror, they acquired it because either a grandma or grandpa died or one of the two. And as that happens, you get all their stuff. Husband becomes obsessed with the mirror. One day he's looking in the mirror. As I understand the story, he walks away. He approaches his wife. He bites her nipple off in a fit of mania, says the mirror told him to do it, right? He gets carted away for obvious reasons. Very shortly after that incident, the wife starts having what we would consider poltergeist activity, the knocks on the walls, things moving around, etc. She calls the paranormal group. They go, they do their thing. They take the mirror out of the house. They call me. They say, do you want the mirror? I say, absolutely, I want the mirror, right? So now I have it. But this thing is absolutely wild. I've got video. I was just showing it to you. The lady that came to visit the museum, and she was taking a video in front of the mirror, and her hair goes out like down, like it's being pulled. I had a guy, a big burly dude, but every dude's big and burly to me because I'm short, right? Like this guy's towering over me. It's unbelievable. But he did a video and put it on our Instagram, said when he looked in it, it felt like dogs were attacking him. Pretty wild. The biggest thing that's happened for me in that mirror, and those of you watching aren't going to believe this because it sounds wildly stupid, right? But I'm up here with a very talented group of mediums and witches that I work with. There's Samara Sarin and, of course, Nicole Ricardo, who is my little second in command, investigates with me. They were doing some, for lack of a better term, rituals with the mirror, trying to call open a portal through it so that spirits could leave and spirits could come through. Regardless, this big, heavy, wooden, old school mirror starts vibrating. When I say vibrating, I mean like you put your hand on a refrigerator, it's plugged in, you feel that this is the hum, right? But it was like that, but like turned up to 11. I was freaking out. I checked the walls, I checked the floors, I checked everything. Nothing else except this big, heavy wooden mirror was vibrating. It did it for about 30, 35 minutes, has not done it since. That
long it vibrated for?
Dude, is wild. Yeah, 30, 35 minutes, hasn't done it.
Are you familiar with scrying into a mirror and that kind of practice?
Yeah. That's essentially what they were doing. You know? I let people do that in here. I like to push the envelope. I've had guests come in the museum and like we're about to close. There's this one incident. It was these two girls were in the museum. We were maybe 5 minutes from closing. They were still in here. I popped in. I said, y'all want to try something cool? And they go, what? I said, would you sit in front of the mirror? I'll turn all the lights off in here and leave y'all in here in the pitch black dark. And as you can see, there's no windows in here. So we turn the lights off. It is pitch black dark. So they said, sure. And they sat in front of the mirror. I turned all the lights off. I left the room. I came back about 15 minutes later and we got their responses on video. They kept saying that like they felt like they were being sucked into the mirror. One of them said it looked like their eyes were bleeding. Just wild stuff. So that is probably, maybe not, I mean, I would say probably my most, it's the nastiest piece. Active as all can be, active as hell, but more than likely it's my most negative piece that I own in my collection. So like one of the popular things to do when people come in is to take a selfie in front of the haunted mirror, but I always have to tell them like, hey, do that if you want. I don't care if you touch it. I probably wouldn't because it's probably the most negative thing that I have for sure.
Incredible. Yeah, we've been into some scrying before, and it is no joke.
It's wild.
Even if it's just a regular mirror, unhaunted mirror, there might be something with the psychology of like looking at your own reflection and starting to see.
Well, no, there is. I mean, because when we talk about like, let's talk on that really quick. So you know, the old game Bloody Mary, we've all played that, right? And it's interesting. If any of you watching at home, if you were to try this right now, this second, go into your bathroom or any room that's dark with just a mirror and one candle. Sit there with the candle, stare into the mirror, just looking at yourself. You're going to see weird things that happen. You just are. This is how Bloody Mary happens, right? But yes, there's that psychology, but like we were talking about earlier with the ideomotor response, taking the science, but the esoteric and the meaning in the middle, this is where that scrying can come in and become very powerful for sure. I like to chat. You can tell I like to chat. That's what it is.
No, we love it, man. Yeah. What do you think is, other than I know you said the first piece in your collection, it's a good, kind of a good item. Do you have like a holy artifact or anything that kind of has some like religious power to it?
Sure. I mean, look, religious stuff is interesting to me for a lot of reasons. I've got a ton of antique last rites kits, things like that. I'm going to bring out the crucifix in a second. But the religious stuff is interesting because whether you're a religious person or not, there is something, though, that you have to understand. The amount of belief it takes to use some of these items, well, there's power and energy there.
Absolutely.
100%.
I would agree with you.
So, like, literally right here, I've got this piece. Doesn't look like much. It's a crucifix. So a couple of things have happened with this. It's pretty interesting. It actually came with this last rites kit right here. But everything in my museum, in my collection, is in its place where it belongs. I have massive OCD. I'm essentially Howard Hughes with ghosts, right? So twice I've come in the museum, and instead of being here where it belongs, it's all the way over here on the floor by itself. That's happened twice. Now, that's not that big of a deal, okay? About a week and a half ago, it's sitting here, and I have two guests in the museum, a husband and wife. They're standing about here. I'm over there, I'm giving my spiel, and I see this with my own eyes, and so did they, all right? This cross was laying, if you can see, it was laying where it goes. It lifts up, flips over, and goes down. So basically does this. Boom. And I kind of go back like this. And the lady...
that's some serious stuff, man.
It's serious. And the lady was sitting there, she goes, we didn't do it, we didn't do it. I'm like, I know, I was watching you. It was wild. It was wild. So it's not just something that I just saw. These two people that were visiting saw it. I saw it with them. A shared experience, a wild experience, if I do say so myself. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
that's a religious artifact that I think is pretty cool. There's also this. Yeah, this is wild. This is like a chalice that definitely came with one of my Last Rides kits. But why do I point this out? I feel like people have done weird rituals with this. Look inside there. You see how it looks like it's been burned?
Yep.
Yeah, and it's
Definitely.
even kind of like
soot and
bent
ash and
here.
wet in there.
Kind of wild. This was part of the kit where that cross came with as well. So who knows what was being done with that.
The energy is really palpable. You know, I noticed it, especially when I came in. I think I'm kind of grounded now, which is typical. But, you know, we really appreciate you having us here.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out, man. It was
We
a
love
great
the
conversation.
podcast, recording with you.
Thank you.
We're going to take a look at some of your items, man. Thanks for letting us
Rock and roll.
investigate.
Hey, man. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
It's great having you guys out.
Got my back to this mirror you were talking about. That's all right. Can't do nothing to me. So this doll, I put a motion-activated cat ball on your lap. I'm going to sit really still, and the way that you can show me that, you know, a spirit is attached to you, and we'd like to get to know you a little bit, if you can make that cat ball go off. And if it's okay, I'd like to take your picture if you can set the cat ball off. You know, if you want to show up in a picture, that way you can show us what you look like. It's this really cool thing. It's a Polaroid, super old school. You know, we'd like to know what's kind of possessing these dolls. Are you guys human spirits? Are you friendly? No, I feel like it's just gonna jump out at me, dude. So, you did this before, Dylan. I'll go ahead and give it a shot. It's my first time kind of doing this. If you don't mind, doll, I'm gonna go ahead and touch you, and I want to see if you give me any kind of feeling, if it's a good feeling or a bad feeling. So apparently, like, a bad feeling is like prickly, kind of cold, kind of hurts. And then a good feeling is like warm and tingly and vibey. Well, I'm not feeling anything. But then again, I'm not really good at this. But that was me.
Is that you?
Yeah, it had to have been. Can you make it go off again, please? So it's going to reset, right?
Did that just beep?
What did?
Did you just hear that beep?
Can you make it go off again, please? So it's going to reset, right?
Did that just beep?
What did?
Did you just hear that beep?
No,
did you
did
just
it?
do? Did it go dunk?
I didn't hear it.
Oh.
Did you?
Something coming in the room with us? Thank you. That was not me. No way. I'm going to take your picture if that's all right. You know, if you're really...
Did you hear that?
What was that, dude?
I didn't hear it.
That was like a voice,
You
man. It
heard
was like,
that.
it was like, whoa.
Holy just saw something move by this chair, dude.
All right, I'll roll some Polaroids. Show up in my picture, please.
Yes, over that way.
What's with us right now?
Did you hear that out here? That was wild. I'm sorry if I'm cussing on you.
You're good, you're good.
No, we'll bleep you out. Who's with us right now? I don't got a good vibe.
Edgar Allan Poe just scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, I should just get inside that outfit and jump out at people.
Don't got a good vibe all of a sudden. Who is the man who just grunted at us? That's the thing about the paranormal, dude. It pulls you in like different directions, and so we're just trying to investigate the doll, and then we heard a man go, "Whoa!"
Yeah, you didn't hear that?
Yeah, it was loud, dude. It scared the shit out of me. And I did not have a good feeling associated with it. I kind of got like medium chicken skin right now.
Yeah, dude. And then like that chair right there, right? That one is
Yeah.
where I saw like I guess a shadow.
Can
Like,
you
there's light out here. There's no shadow. You know what I mean? Like there's no shadow play.
Can you go ahead and make another noise for us? Can you speak? There's like a flash of light back there, dude.
Well, on the screen here, when I was looking right between
It's like
you
a portal,
and Brian,
dude. Like, it's like somebody took a picture of us.
Yeah?
Yeah, like a Polaroid, just a flash, man. Like, boom.
I
I know it's cliche. I got the spirit talker in airplane mode, so it shouldn't interact with any kind of like environmental or EMF or any kind of electromagnetic fields. Hey, if you ran out of energy and you need a voice, use my phone and use the data bank that's in here to communicate what's going on.
What?
Dude,
What?
something just touched me, bro.
Yeah. Listen upstairs.
Dude,
You said listen upstairs?
It did, yeah.
dude.
No, you have no idea. You don't know this, dude. You don't know the history of the upstairs and the attic. Like, everyone that's, like, been here or knows Parapeculiar, they know the attic. Dude,
Put the camera on me,
it
dude.
said listen upstairs.
I'm gonna take a shot of you.
Do you have a shot of that?
Yeah, it's on. Look at it.
That
Hey,
says
if
listen
you're on
upstairs?
Dylan right now, show up in this Polaroid.
I'll be honest with you, Damien. Been doing this for a little while now. I have never felt.
Cat ball. Dude, it's like all around us, bro. The cat ball in there. Well, none of us are in there, dude.
Dude, the listen upstairs. You guys don't have any idea how wild that is.
We're listening, man. We're listening.
That's, oh my God. We gotta go up. Yeah, we gotta go. Yeah, we don't have a ladder to go up there right now, though. We don't. Next time you guys are here, we're going to the attic. This is wild.
You saw we can get him up there. Bro.
Wait, is it
what is
listen
vibrating?
upstairs?
There's something vibrating over there?
That's probably the fan. We'll
All
debunk that.
All right.
Must be the fan. But that it's wild that you were over here. That's the mirror, the live investigation event we just did. People thought it was a window because they kept seeing people walk by.
Dude.
That mirror right there.
Well, that's funny because I was standing right adjacent to it, dude. And
I saw you. You kind of like.
It startled me, and I
Yeah.
don't get startled very easy. It felt like it wasn't physical contact, but it was like a very strong air, and it brushed up against my arm and my hand.
Dude, I'm getting like.
That was the vibe when I first walked in here, man. I felt sick.
Something
It's like
told
all
me
over
to.
me.
You saw my face, right? I was like, all right, I'm going over here, and I came over, and it just like touched me.
The listen upstairs, though, is so wild. So wild. So wild. Something has been calling me to that attic for months now. Something has been calling me to that attic for months now. We've done Estes method, spirit box sessions, everything with a bunch of different people, and everyone gets the same thing. The fact that said listen upstairs is wild. And those of you that follow Parapeculiar know what I'm talking. What?
Sickness took me.
Nah, that sounds like spirit talker nonsense.
Yeah.
But listen
upstairs, though. Oh man, that's just wild to me.
Whew.
All right, I'll turn off spirit talker.
Like, what is it that's calling me up to that attic? Make yourself known. Maybe I will go up there tonight if you can give me something that really makes me think I need to go right this second.
Is whoever is calling Damien upstairs, are you that force that I just felt? Are you this thing?
I'm opening up the spirit box. Maybe it needs a voice.
Yeah, maybe.
So we got a cool thing on this is the ANC Mini. It cancels out the sweep sound. So it's really,
that's
really
the
cool.
SB7.
Dude, that was wild.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Like, I've been touched physically by a hand
Yeah.
before, but that felt weird.
Who's communicating with us to go upstairs?
So just I'm not trying to be over the top here. I thought I just said Damien.
Because it's not like a name like John.
I could have sworn too, and I think we're just losing our minds here. Maybe, maybe not. But mist. You see what you're saying? Mists in here, right?
Yes!
What's going on upstairs?
I think I now my mind's playing tricks on me because just like you, I could swear that my name.
Are you trying to call out? Are you trying to call out to Damien?
Are you trying to call out to me specifically? I'm going to ask again. Are you trying to reach out to me specifically?
You can hold it. See if it changes anything. That sounded like the dude who grunted at us.
It did. That was a wild. That was a wild noise that we heard out here.
It's gonna be very interesting to review. Are you something that's associated with one of these objects in here? Is that why you personally reached out to Damien because he brought you here?
What the heck? Girl.
This. Dude, this. You got something on your hands here.
That will forever freak me out. The upstairs thing. I wish I had a picture. It doesn't show the words. It just says it.
The what? Spirit talker?
Yeah.
Did you get it? Did you put it in front of the camera?
No, I think we just heard it say it.
I mean, but even still, even just hearing it.
Yeah.
say
Well,
it,
yeah. Okay. So I can get a clip of that though. Like that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
So a little flurry of activity just freaking ambushed us, man.
I'm just
Can you
surprised.
just take your Polaroid, just put it in the museum.
Oh, it's cold. Look,
just
it's
take
cold.
a picture.
Yeah, it's
You got a
cold.
cold spot?
It's cold.
Yeah, see the blue dots?
Oh, cat ball.
With the blue dots?
Cat ball and blue dots. Show up on my picture.
Right, back
Dude,
up
no
on
one's
the-
in that room. Why is the cat ball going off?
There's literally no one in there.
Who's in there right now? Who's that coldness? Bro, did you hear that?
I think I don't know if it wasn't as clear as what I heard out here.
Thank you. Did someone just try to speak to me?
Cat ball's going off again? There's a tap right there.
Yeah, it was nearby the bar.
Is the ball going off?
Dude, so a funny thing about me and Brian is we have a...
Look, it's going off, dude.
Yeah. We have a high tendency to, like, bring things out. Like, everywhere
Yeah.
we go, like, stuff happens around us. It's pretty
Well,
wild.
and I think I get these
Who
insane
is the spirit attached to that cat ball?
reactions, and I think the ghosts do that too because I freak out.
You think they do it to get a rise out of you?
It's possible.
Like some sort of energetic...
But whatever wants me to go up there is we know it's a man. We know it's a very tall man. We've seen it. It's wild. That's going to come to a head sometime soon.
Okay, you want this?
Yeah.
You got this thing snaked through pretty good.
Yeah. It's all good. Here, just take it.
Man, I can't catch a
Look,
break.
it's just going off, dude.
Yeah, I want to walk in there, but I don't want to trigger this as well.
So show me the temperature is happening here.
Yeah,
So
so the
the blue means it's a cold spot, and they'll tell you the temperature differential. Right
cat ball is going off again. It's interesting because the correlation between the GS2 cold pops and the cat ball are going off. It's very interesting.
And the moment I took a picture, the cat ball stopped.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, don't look at me. I'll just do it when you're not looking.
I'm looking. The great eye of the Sony camera sees all.
Did I just hear a little girl's voice a few minutes ago?
My earbuds, my super ears back in.
Touch that REM pod.
Dude, there's a cold blast of air that keeps coming. Is there a fan on it? You said there's a fan on
there's
it?
a fan right
But it's
there.
over there. It's pointing that way.
Oh, it's pointed this way?
Yeah, let me just double check, make sure I'm not wrong. But look, it's going this way.
Okay.
And it's not even cold. It's
Yeah, let's see.
just kill it.
Yeah, kill it. Because I keep feeling this cold draft of air that's
Well,
coming
that ain't it.
this way.
No, because it's going that way. It's not even oscillating. But now it's off.
Interesting.
You can just rule it
Dude.
out by turning it off. huh?
What, did you just get got?
Dude, something likes me in here.
What did it do to you?
Tugged on the back of my shirt.
What, just now?
Yeah. Is that people get tugged on and stuff in here?
Dude, it's usually pants, legs.
There's literally a finger in my back right now.
Really? Did you get a picture?
Yep, I mean, I gotta go reload.
So, like this.
I had someone run out of the museum because they got tapped on the shoulder 4 times. I'll tell that much.
Yeah, this is like a extremely swirling, transient energy. It's like doing. You don't feel that breeze going by?
I mean, if you still feel it, that's wild because the fan is now off.
Yeah. Dude.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna reload my Polaroid and take a breather.
All right.
What was the exact words about upstairs again?
It said listen upstairs.
Listen upstairs. All right, so I gotta.
All right, we're gonna cut. Too much stuff's going on right now. We're gonna compose ourselves. We'll see you in a second.
That's
There she goes.
All right, so we had to like bring ourselves together because things was going way too haywire, too fast. Damien's got to cut out here in a few minutes, so we're just gonna run a little bit more film and see what happens. And yeah, let's get to it. And we'll this will probably be a short video, but we're gonna come back out here and do a full blown.
We're gonna get up into the attic.
Yeah.
Solve the mystery of the attic. Dan.
Yes.
Sounds like a Hardy Boys mystery.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just gonna.
I'm gonna sit in front of the mirror and see if there's any activity that bursts out from that. This place comes in waves, and then it's gone. So, do you want to bring that in
Yeah.
here? For sure. All right. This mirror's weird, dude.
Dude, it's something else.
Yeah. It's almost like I can't trust my reflection. So is this
You
mirror?
gonna touch it? All right.
Is this mirror in fact a portal?
Dude, cat wall.
Yeah, right behind me too. Am I connecting with that energy? Are you making things move? Did you just come through? Go ahead. I heard this is a really nasty mirror. If you can reach out and touch my hand, go ahead. Make that cat ball go off again. Make something fall. Come out and touch my hand. She said this thing was used in rituals, right?
This mirror was used in rituals?
Yeah.
We were doing one. The witches I work with were doing one. That's when it started vibrating.
So there might be like residual energy attached to that. Can anything come through and give us a sign, please?
What? What was that?
I don't know.
It's like a buzzing noise. It's like bring, bring.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
Is the wall moving behind me?
Is the wall moving?
Yeah, like the whole building kind of shifted.
No.
All right, I'm losing my mind.
I hope it didn't shift. That would be wild.
What is attached to this mirror?
Come on, give us some sort of idea. Some sort of sign, if you would.
Come through to the mirror. Touch my hand. Does the ritual need to be performed again? Is that how this mirror works? Or is it just an open doorway? Something's touching my back. It was like very gentle though. Like my back
You had
right,
the same thing happen, I believe.
right here. Are you touching me? Like I asked you to?
Dude, I don't know if I'm hearing traffic.
Yeah, it sounds like
It's probably, if you're hearing something, it could be traffic and you have the headphones on.
Yeah.
But you were recording the audio, so you can go back and listen to it and you'll know.
Anyone in there?
Hello. What the?
I heard that too. It was a little bizarre.
Is that like a snicker or something?
Are you laughing at me knocking on the mirror? You think that's funny? Sorry, I'm not this powerful witch or magician. I'm just
Movement.
Where?
Somewhere. I hear it though.
I'm just a dude with a camera. But if there's anything attached to this mirror, if you're a portal...
Am I tripping or is the bell moving?
Was it moving?
Am I tripping or is the bell moving?
I don't see it moving right now.
Okay. Keep something on that thing.
Can you make that bell move? Can you come through this mirror and make that bell move, please? Make it ding, like it's dinner time.
That'd be so awesome. Please ding it.
That would be wild. It's on my podcast episode though. It's the most wild thing.
It went off. That's the thing about the paranormal. It just happens when it wants to.
Move the bell, please.
Okay, did you hit this?
Yeah.
You did.
Something just squeaked. Like it sounded like a door.
I did hear that. You did. Was that you heard that too?
So
Yeah.
it seems to me like
And
we're
there's
in
no.
here-
First off, there's no.
We're in here.
Dude, it feels weird when I look out there. Dude, look at this.
Can you take this, Brian?
Yeah. It seems like we're in here and it wants to be out there.
You wanna
Just
pull those
typical-
legs up?
typical
We can
ghost
kinda-
stuff.
Are you a trickster? Someone just said yes.
I heard it.
Really?
I was like, yes.
Yeah, I heard that.
You're a trickster spirit?
Oh, I thought for a second this was on.
No.
I thought for a second it was on.
Dude, I'm getting this weird, like almost like in a dream state feeling. Like we're
Yes.
walking around like confused.
Yes. Yes. And you see that when it gets like foggy,
Yeah.
it's wild that you notice that too.
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one that witnessed that. It's happened to me several times when we do
got
this.
some weird vibes on me.
Dude, what is this? Who are you? Are you some sort of, like you seem to be some sort of transient energy. You like to run around, noises here and there, set things off. What are you?
Dude, lift your right foot, Dylan. Is there a bug?
Whoa.
There's like an insect crawling towards you.
Whoa.
Look at that.
Oh, it's an
going
insect,
towards the
right?
ghost. It was weird because it was crawling towards you as you're calling this thing
What is
out.
that? Stomp on it.
It's like a weird little roach.
Gross.
It's on the bottom of your foot now.
Yeah. Guess I'm going back to a hotel.
You're calling this thing out and this nasty little bug like crawls up your foot.
I've actually never seen a bug in here, to be honest with you. Like, not once.
Was that an omen? What is that? I mean,
You calling this out?
come on. I want to know what you are. Were you summoned? Are you attached to something?
Running spirit talker. My help. Airplane mode.
Do you have ill intent? Walk around the attic. You up there?
What's this trickster spirit?
Can you knock back? Ooh,
What?
nah, there's an opening right here.
Is that how you get up there?
Oh, to the attic. Yeah.
Who's up here?
Speaking to the mic.
Isabella.
Huh?
Isabella?
Yeah.
I said who's up here.
And you get Isabella.
We take the spirit talker with a grain of salt always. But it's interesting how you said who's up there and it gave us a name.
Yeah, let me check something.
This was a
Is that the name of one of your Is that the name of one of your dolls by chance? Might be the name of one of his dolls. Sounds like a doll name, you know?
Yeah, I'm used to. What you got?
I'm looking because that name sounds familiar, and these are all words that we got when guests came and did Estes Method. I'm just making sure Isabella's not one of them. I'm just checking because that sounds very familiar.
Well, while he's looking, is Isabella one of the ladies that worked here when this was a brothel?
Why is that? Oh, I turned it on. Okay. I keep freaking out about that goddamn thing. Isabella. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Dude.
What?
It's like little quirky things just happening. It's like
Found.
exactly what I heard.
Yeah, exactly.
What, found?
Sound. Oh, found?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it
found.
said sound. That's what I thought it said. It said found.
Is it found?
Found what? Found you in the attic? Was this a secret brothel? Was this not an acceptable brothel? Did things happen in the attic and that's why they hear so much activity from the attic?
Let us know. Just so you know, this is on airplane mode as well, so it's really hard to trigger it off.
Damien said they do a lot of seances in here.
That was a loud tap.
That was loud. Okay, so you're physically verifying. I'll take that as a response to the seances. Are you associated with the seances?
What
Did you
was
hear
that,
that?
dude?
Hear that?
I did hear that.
It say, dude, oh
What
man.
did it say? It was like, rah.
It was like, yeah. or
I don't know.
something.
We all heard it. As the whole. That's the important thing.
Okay, so on the topic of seances, let's dial this in. So seances happen here regularly. Are you associated with the seance? Did you come through during a seance and didn't leave? Are you stuck here or what?
Soldier.
But there's two of them here.
Are you talking about us? We're airmen, so you got that wrong, but close enough. If you're talking about us, then you got that right. So, is it safe to understand that you can figure stuff out about people? Are you intelligent then? Can you figure out what we're about just by us being in this space?
Dude.
Might have been my feet. Just kind of standing right around. What did you hear?
Just
Might have been that. I can't wait for you to listen back to the audio and tell me. What the f?
That had to have been outside, man.
I can't wait for you to listen back to the audio and tell me. What the f?
That had to have been outside, man.
Yeah. Yes, but it was just wild. Did you hear that?
It was a woman screaming bloody murder.
no.
Yes, it was.
I'm speechless is what's happening right now. What I'm saying is if that was
Was that Isabella?
I'm waiting for sirens, and if I don't hear sirens here in about 5 minutes.
That was wild. Did you hear that?
It's upstairs, right? Shh. I'm hearing voices too, bro.
Closer.
What the fuck?
Did
What
you
the
just move
fuck?
around?
Yeah, when I did that, I did.
You
Yes.
scared me, dude. I'm getting chicken skin. Look at me.
Look at me.
Dude, that's...
Are you coming closer to us then? Go ahead.
That scream was metal. No, it sounded disembodied.
It was like...
Did you get it on recording?
Yes.
It was like over there or something?
Did I get that on recording? Yeah, that's,
Yeah,
what,
I'm like,
that's what I heard
Did
it
you
with.
get that on audio tape?
Isabella again, dude.
Oh, dude.
Isabella.
Second time.
Second time.
Isabella.
Whoa. Isabella, we're going to go with this because this is the second time it's come through. Did we just hear you scream?
You got a wild haunting on your hands, dude.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I'm
This
probably
place
the
is
cause
active.
of it. I bring all this shit in here. You also have to keep in mind, this all used to be my house.
Well, it's
This
good
was
that
my
it's here and
my
not in your
office,
house,
and my
yeah.
wife was elated when I decided to open this to the public. She was like, "Get it out."
Shadow just moved across the...
Could be us there. Could be
Okay,
light.
yeah.
Could
All
be
right.
the light.
I always like to call it out when I
See,
see
we'll
it.
debunk if we can.
Yeah,
But
I always
that
call it out when
scream-
I see it,
That
though.
scream was wild.
Dude, I still don't hear police sirens.
Bro, you wouldn't hear it out there because you hear all that fucking traffic on 35?
Yeah.
No way you're going to hear some lady out there screaming. Maybe, but she has to be very close.
It was
And that
loud,
sounded
too.
like...
I don't think a human being could scream like that loud.
Not
if
from
they're
that far
outside.
off.
No.
And it sounded ethereal?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Disembodied.
It's like
Yeah.
disembodied.
Can we hear you again?
You do have that...
Isabella,
Okay.
is that you? Did you scream?
Oh, I'm so cold right now.
Yeah?
Oh.
May I touch you?
Holy fuck! Holy that's wild. That's fucking wild.
Yeah, go ahead. Touch
That's
him.
fucking wild.
Touch him. I'll roll on some more Polaroids though.
Dude.
Yeah, touch you.
Spirit Talker's cool.
It comes through, man.
Dude,
telling
I'm-
people- I put it in airplane mode too. So
Damien, can you like feel like around me right now? Is there any
Well, dude, look at this though. Like we were all like what he keeps calling chicken, whatever.
chicken skin?
Is there any energy associated with that?
Dude, I'm so cold.
You're pretty baseline.
Do you not feel that cold air?
No, I don't.
I don't feel cold
it's like
But we were also
communicating
getting hot in there, which is wild.
You can touch me if you... That was wood creaking. That
I'm
wasn't...
telling you, we hear it all the time.
Yeah. By the way, there's no air vents around me right now. Is it you?
You give us a sign, Isabella. We really appreciate you communicating with us. We're not upset or mad.
Dude, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's legit. It's for real. I mean, it's a legit collection of haunted shit inside a legit haunted building. Like,
Yeah.
What more could you ask?
this is it's an amazing test ground, you know? Like, this is why I spend most of my time here after hours. We close at 7. Like, I mean, you guys are always welcome to come by because, like, we close at 7. I'm, like, up here.
Did you cough?
Yeah, he coughed,
Okay.
yeah.
Ooh.
And I'm always doing this shit. And that's why I don't spend a lot of time at the historical places because I've got a test ground here.
I was executed.
What the f-?
Does that relate to anything?
I don't know, but that sounds cryptic as
Okay,
fuck.
okay. I think, all right, here's what my intuition is saying right now. I think this has something associated with the brothel. When you say you were executed, were you killed by a client?
Were you executed in a ritual?
Ooh. What about the house of bed?
So yeah, Damien, you were telling us how this used to be the house of dead, and it was actually a brothel,
hard
and they
fingerprint.
performed sex
Is
magic
that?
here, performed rituals. So that was what's going on when he's talking about the house of bed. What?
You're talking about the house of bed. And, hey, remember, I can hear everything in my ears. That
Yeah,
they're
you
not
got
hearing.
superhuman hearing.
So I heard like this.
So when I get my reactions and scream, it's probably like making you deaf.
Nah.
No, dude, I love it because me and him don't get hyped as much as we should.
Yeah.
You can be our hype man, man.
Yeah.
Flavor Flav.
were you executed by a client? The word execution is quite strong. That's a hefty word. Were you killed by a client, or were you something about a ritual? Yeah, you know these pictures better, like anomalous.
Yeah, nothing on the Polaroid, sadly.
I don't know, man. Some of these are dark. If I were you, I'd get these when you're
Haunted.
Well, yeah.
no shit. When you get to your hotel and you're under some big light, I would take a look at some of those dark parts because you never know, man. You never know what you'll see in there. There's some dark Polaroids. I'd give them another look. Let's call it for the night, gentlemen.
Hell
All right.
Dude. Hey, I'm gonna dash some holy water on me on the way out here. That's for
It's
sure.
wild, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's wild.
It is. I think in the short amount of time we've been here, it's more evidence than we get in
Well,
some places
imagine if
spending
we-
there the whole freaking night.
Imagine if we, came up here one night about the same time we started podcasting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of podcasting, we just really dove into investigating. Some of the ways I like to investigate that you guys have not had a chance to see, I bust out oracle cards. I bust out pendulums. I bust out Ouija boards. We can do some crazy stuff. We have some time up here.
We'll come back, dude.
I'd
We'll
love
set up
it.
a time.
I think it'd be great.
It's a done deal.
Yeah, I think it'd be awesome.
For the end of this, I know this is kind of spotty, but this is where we heard the scream coming from, and I'm having to yell because the I-35 traffic is so loud. And it came from that side.
No way we would have heard it being in the house right there where the museum is. That was wild, and I cannot wait to hear the audio on that. That was wild.
Yeah, so I know we ended the video kind of crazy, but yeah, so it was a kind of impromptu night, and we can't wait for this one to come out. See ya.
Everybody, hey, we just got done with our Parapeculiar Haunted Museum escapade. Now we're actually going to hit the road and go to Old Park Hotel. So, hey, it's almost my birthday, so this is like my birthday gift, doing a paranormal road trip for the next 2 days. Okay, bye.